Wilhelm Röntgen was a German scientist who is best known for discovering X-rays. He was born on March 27, 1845, in a city called Lennep in Germany. Röntgen's parents were very supportive of his education, and they encouraged his interest in science from a young age. His father was a textile merchant, and his mother had a strong interest in learning. As a child, Wilhelm loved to learn new things, and he was especially interested in how the world worked. Röntgen went to school in Germany, and later studied physics at the University of Utrecht in the Netherlands. After finishing his studies, he worked in several universities across Europe, including in Switzerland and Germany. He later became a professor at the University of Würzburg in Germany, where his most important discovery happened. It was there that he discovered X-rays, which changed the world forever. In 1895, while working with a machine called a cathode ray tube, Röntgen made a surprising discovery. He was using this machine to study electrical currents when something unusual happened. He noticed that a screen in his lab began to glow, even though there was no visible light in the room. He was curious about this and decided to experiment further. He discovered that the glow was caused by a new kind of radiation. This radiation could pass through solid objects like wood and metal, but it could not pass through the human body. He realized that this radiation was something completely new, and he named it X-rays because they were unknown to him. The X in X-rays stands for something mysterious or unknown. Röntgen's discovery of X-rays was very important. For the first time in history, scientists could look inside objects without opening them. This was especially useful in medicine. Doctors could now look inside the human body and see what was wrong without needing to perform surgery. For example, if someone had a broken bone, the doctor could use X-rays to see where the bone was broken and how serious the injury was. This allowed doctors to make better decisions about how to treat patients. Röntgen was very careful with his discovery. He did not immediately tell the world about X-rays. He spent several months experimenting and testing to make sure his discovery was correct. Once he was sure about what he had found, he shared his findings with other scientists. His work was published in 1895, and soon, doctors and scientists around the world were using X-rays to study the human body. In 1896, just 1 year after his discovery, Röntgen was awarded the first Nobel Prize in physics for his work on X-rays. This was a huge honor, and it made Röntgen famous all over the world. However, Röntgen did not want any fame or money from his discovery. He was a very humble man and simply wanted to help people. He believed that science was not about personal recognition, but about making the world a better place. Even though Röntgen is most famous for discovering X-rays, he also made important contributions in other areas of science. He worked on studies related to heat, electricity, and magnetism. He was very curious and wanted to understand how everything in the world worked. He was always interested in learning new things and making new discoveries. Röntgen's discovery of X-rays had a huge impact on medicine. Before X-rays, doctors had to guess what was inside the body, which made it very difficult to treat patients. X-rays made it possible to see inside the body without cutting it open. This allowed doctors to diagnose problems like broken bones, infections, and even cancers more accurately. X-rays were also used by scientists and engineers to study objects, materials, and machines. Röntgen's work led to the development of many different technologies. Today, X-rays are used in hospitals and clinics all over the world. Doctors and dentists use X-ray machines to check for problems inside the body, such as cavities, infections, or broken bones. X-rays are also used in airports to scan luggage and keep people safe. In addition, scientists use X-rays to study ancient objects, like fossils and artifacts, without damaging them. Wilhelm Röntgen was a very humble and quiet person. He did not seek fame or fortune from his discoveries. When he won the Nobel Prize in 1901, he accepted it with great modesty. He believed that scientists should share their knowledge with others so that the world could benefit from their work. He did not want to make money from his discovery of X-rays. Instead, he wanted people to use his discovery to help others. Röntgen worked at the University of Würzburg for many years. During his time there, he made many important discoveries and contributions to science. He was always passionate about learning and discovering new things. He spent his life working in the field of physics and made many important contributions. Although Wilhelm Röntgen passed away on February 10, 1923, his legacy lives on. His discovery of X-rays has saved countless lives and helped millions of people. His work has changed the field of medicine and science forever. X-ray technology is still used every day in hospitals, clinics, and research labs around the world. Wilhelm Röntgen's contributions to science are still remembered and celebrated today. In conclusion, Wilhelm Röntgen was a brilliant scientist whose discovery of X-rays changed the world. His work helped doctors diagnose and treat patients in ways that were never possible before. He was a humble man who wanted to share his knowledge with the world, and his discovery has made a huge impact on medicine, science, and technology. His legacy continues to inspire scientists and doctors to this day.